The Marketing Funnel Strategy Show. More leads. More sales. More predictability.
Introducing Jared Hyman, sales and marketing expert. Introducing Serena Carley, marketing and outsourcing expert.
G'day there, everyone. Welcome to the Marketing Funnels and Strategy Show. I am your host, Jared Harmon, and in today's episode, we are going to be talking about who is in control of your business. Now, you guys know the deal. When you're jumping in here live, let us know where you're from, where you're tuning in from, and if you have any questions or anything throughout the show, hit us up. If we add value to you in any way, shape, or form, and you feel like we added that to you as a direct result of what was spoken about on the show, we don't run ads to the show. We don't pay for advertising for the show. So literally just share it with someone you think that could benefit from it as well. Today's episode, as I said, we're speaking about who's in control of your business, right? And this is a pretty important subject. I was listening to a podcast earlier today, and it just rung so well with me. And speaking with one of our clients as well earlier today across in Townsville about this too. And, you know, the last sort of 8 weeks that this client's been with us, they've had some pretty crazy results. They're able to double the results that they've achieved in their business since we first started together only 8 weeks ago, which is only a very small amount of time. Now, we were talking about what happens when you go to these new levels as well, and, you know, who's in control of this level of success that we are able to achieve in a certain period of time, because, and how do you continue to be able to take it to a new level, by the way. And I thought this is a pretty important subject that I wanted to discuss with all of you here live today as well, so we can talk about this together, because this is the reason why a lot of people stay where they are and they don't get growth. It's because they continue to do things on their current level of thinking. And that current level of thinking is what has got you to where you are today. So if you want to go to a new level again, you need a different type of thinking and a different way of doing things to go to a whole new level. There's something you don't know yet. And the one thing that I found in this podcast as well that made so much more of a difference, they said we've all got two brains, right? And two levels of thinking. One of them is the bitch brain. The other side is the boss brain. Now, the difference between the two is the bitch brain tries to take control, tries to justify why we stay where we are, justify reasons why we don't do things, tells us that we're doing okay, right? Tells us that we're amazing, we look good and all these types of things, when deep down we're unhappy, or deep down, you know, we need some tough loving. And this is what the boss brain takes, where they take over as well, to take you to a new level, because we all know what we need to do, what we have to do, and what we must do to go to a new level. There's enough information in the marketplace. We don't necessarily need information. What we do require is a new level of thinking. And this is where the boss brain comes in. The boss brain is the person that says to you, hey, no, you made the commitment that you would do this. You said that you wanted to do this. You said that you were going to do this. And it's the bitch brain that comes in and says, it's okay, you're busy, you got this, you got that, right? Justifies reasons why you can't do it. So part of what it takes to go to a new level, and I can tell you this, I've gone down the light and fluffy side and the whole I want to feel aligned and, I want to be pulled in a direction or whatever. It didn't work for me. It did not work for me at all, because I would just justify reasons why I couldn't do something or why I couldn't get to a certain thing, or, the reasons why I couldn't do this or I couldn't do that or I couldn't do something else. And, I haven't got the money or whatever it is that we've put ourselves into a spiral of doubt with, which isn't the same thought patterns that's going to get us back out of it again. This is a subject that, I don't know, I just feel lately has been a bigger reason why we've been able to grow, a bigger reason why we've been able to succeed in the space, why we are so cutting edge on the faces of marketing and client acquisition for many different niches now, is because we've just given away the excuses and give more reasons why we will do things and more commitment behind things as well. And this subject is something that I just feel, if people can really grasp the fact that we, too often we're making decisions with emotions, when all we've got to do is look at facts. And all we've got to do is just literally just take actions and push ourselves to do something more. And it's only then that we will become more. And there's a lot of people that will disagree with me in the marketplace, right? And that's great. If this whole alignment thing and, fluffy, oh, you're amazing, all this type of stuff works for them, great. But from what I do see as well, I see a lot of people talk the fluffy stuff and they just stay where they are. I did not want to go to the gym today. I fucking pushed myself to go. And I feel better now as a result of doing it. Too many people take the easy route. They take the excuses. They take the BS. They take the reasons why they can't do something. And I've just found, like, I always stay where I am when I've got this sort of level of thinking. And I want every single one of you, I don't care whether any of you ever work with us ever. But if you just get the one kick up the butt from just listening to a live stream, right, which is free, which we don't pay for advertising behind or anything like that. We just literally talk every day, Monday and every Friday, give free information for you guys. If you can just get one thing from it and say, yep, this one training I listened to live or this one show episode I listened to made a difference to me, that's all it is. Because I tell you this, like, from my sporting career, every time I succeeded, it's because I did things that I didn't want to do. And there's a lot of things that I don't want to do, but I still continue to do. I was listening to a podcast the other day, right? There was this guy that's built $100 million business. And he took all of the upsell sales calls, even when he was doing $1 million a month. All of the upsell sales calls, he took all of them, even when the company was doing $1 million a month in revenue. I mean, fuck. I was assuming someone doing $1 million a month would be somewhere in the Bahamas, right? Or, overseeing, working on the business rather than physically in it. But there's a guy that's doing $1 million a month, still doing upsell sales calls. Like, come on. And I'm sure he probably didn't want to do it, but he was doing it anyway. And sometimes you've got to do and push yourself to do the things that you don't want to do to go to a new level. And it's part of these two little sections that you have in your mind going through every single day, and the choice and which one you choose to go with. And it's like I said, we're in a world where there's so much information. We've got everything at our fingertips. We know what we must do to go to a new level, to do something more. We know what we must do. We are just choosing now that our bitch brain takes fucking control and makes all the decisions, when the boss on the other side, the boss brain, should be saying to you, nah, we're working now. We're doing this. We will do this. I will do this. And if you can just push yourself to be able to listen to that person more, imagine what's going to happen in a month's time. Imagine what's going to happen in 2 months' time. Imagine what's going to happen in 3 months, 6 months, 12 months' time from today. What you could achieve if you listen to the boss brain inside you that knows exactly what they must do. And sometimes we have got to do the things that are unscalable. I still take sales calls. I still do sales calls. I still prospect local town, right? I network still. I still I still ask for referrals. I still do upsell sales calls. I still, cold call from time to time, right? I still do all of that because I've been doing it for years in the insurance game. Been doing it for years in the finance game. And it's no different to me right now. And I've got so much on my plate at the moment, so much, that, it's very easy for the bitch brain to say, sorry, you're too busy. You need to do this. You must do that. You must do something else. However, I find the time to make it happen. And the same thing comes with business as well. On another conversation with a client earlier this morning, when she first started with us, she was doing around just under $10,000 a month. Now she does between $40,000 to $45,000 a month, and we're 19 months onwards. Okay, so we're looking at 4 times and a bit. And we're now looking at how can we double again the next 12 months. And I was talking to her a lot more around our model that we're rolling out as part of this to sort of help her grow more, which is, how do you get paid to acquire clients? How do you enhance the spend of each client? And then how do you multiply the spending of each client as well? So we're working out, what is the lifetime value of her client? And then we want to expand that further, enhance the spend. And then we want to multiply the spend several times a year as well. So we're rolling out to an industry, something that has never been done before in this industry, in the beauty industry, by the way. And we're looking to take a heap more into this particular one too. But, the business owners that come in have got to be 100% go-getters to be able to do this. I know if I'm in this position selling this product, I would sell this product. No problem. It's a mindset like everything. It's the bitch brain, the boss brain. The boss brain takes control and does it. The bitch brain gives all the reasons why it can't happen or why it can't be done. So we need certain people with certain mindsets to roll this out, which will transform the whole beauty industry. But the model is to acquire, which we've been doing with the beauty industry for years, by the way, getting paid to acquire clients. Been doing it for years. We've been focusing very heavily on, the enhancement side. Each year we overview the enhancement side. The multiply side, we're getting 30 to 40% multiplies on the back end of a lot of the acquisition processes. getting paid to acquire clients side, which is working well. But then to get to another level again, we need a different level of thinking, and the bitch brain can come in here and say all the reasons why we can't do it, and the boss brain is the one that takes control of it and says, yep, this is what we must do. This is how we do it. This is how we position it. Boom. Because I tell you this, if the problem is big enough, people will pay anything for a solution. Doesn't matter what it is. If the pain is big enough, and you guys probably want to write that one down as well. If the pain is big enough, the solution people will pay anything for, because they will. And that's anything. It can be fitness, beauty, consulting, coaching, mental, like anything at all. It doesn't matter what it is. We just got to make the problems and the pain big enough, then the solution will be a no-brainer for someone. But it's all what you say, right? It's not actually what you physically say, sorry. It's actually how you say it as well. That will make the big difference. So it's about how you articulate it in your marketing. It's about how you articulate it on your sales calls and people that you're speaking to, how you're saying it, not what you say, how you're saying it. That will then get somebody to go, I'll do it. And it's the same in any industry right now. People have the information. There's so much information online. But people pay for the implementation. They pay for the assistance. They pay for the boot up the arse to help them finally move into the realm that they want to move into. And every single one of you that watch live can do that. And we have people on several different platforms that are watching this right now. Across our Facebook groups, Facebook pages, everything, YouTube, the lot. And wherever you are listening to this right now as well, I hope it is speaking something to you right now, because every single one of you that watch, whether it be the replay or this, knows what you need to do. You know where you got to focus. And we're not here to help you do that in any way, shape, or form. Teach you exactly what you must do. You already know what you must do. You just need either a boot up the bum to do it, which we all do. I need it as well. There's heaps of things that I know that I should be doing as well. And Serena and I, we divide it up between us. Serena deals a lot with implementation. I deal a lot with the sort of front end stuff, speaking to people, designing things, ideas, implementation of strategy, this type of stuff. And I can tell you this right now. The level of thinking we've got now will not get us to what we want to get to. We know where we want to go. We know what the ideal situation is. We know what the, amount of money we want to be earning, the type of relationship we really want, the type of health we want to be sitting at. We know what weight we would like to get down to, all these different things. The only thing that holds us back is that little bitch in the brain that justifies, that gives reasons why we can't, all these different things, says, oh, I'm busy, or just goes, oh, I'll just do this first, right? It's like when some people sit down to make sales calls. I've done this before, right? And you go, oh, I'll just grab a coffee first. I'll just do this first. Then an hour or two goes by and it's not done. Some people call it procrastination. I call it more of a habit that has been formed. You have to practice things for a long time to get used to doing them. They say it takes 7 years to master a skill. I've been marketing and selling for well more than 7 years now. And I'm still learning new things, by the way. We must always be learning new things and new ways of doing things and being open to them as well. And sometimes we do get pulled in the right direction to be able to do things. However, without the boss brain taking over and saying, yep, this is what I will do, and actually does it, then we'll always stay where we always are. And I don't want any single one of you to stay where you are. And I don't care whether it's, business for you, whether it's career, whether it's, finances, whether it's, relationship based, no matter what it is for you right now, whatever it is that you must do or that you should be doing more of, etc. Whatever that is all I want to do today is just rustle a few feathers, give you my thoughts. These are my thoughts, the way that I feel and things that I'm working on as well and always becoming better at. They say busy people get things done. If you want anything done, go to a busy person, right? So if you are busy right now, you can get a lot more done with your day than what you are currently putting out. I know I can do more of a day as well. And I have been getting better every single week. But the key is to really understand you as a person, how you respond to situations, and realize too that if you are unhappy in an area of your life, that you've got to get rid of the bitch in the head and get the boss to take over to do something about it. Because we do have habits that are formed. And we've really, really, really got to push through to get rid of those habits. It's not as simple as just doing a NLP session or a hypnosis session or whatever. There is work that's got to go on behind the scenes. What do physios and chiropractors and all these people say when you go in and see them and you got a sore back or something? They do the session, they do whatever they need to do, crack your back, blah, blah, blah. And then what they do? They tell you to go away and then do some exercises and all these types of things between. If you don't do them, you come back in a week's time, you still got the same issues, So something has got to be done in between, and you've really got to push yourself to be able to get through it. To be able to up-level yourself, you've really got to push. And if you got some value from today's episode as well, maybe there's some things that that you must do or things that you do want to do. If you want to have a chat about it, maybe shoot me a message to the Jared Harmon page. So if you just search Real Jared Harmon on Facebook or Real Jared Harmon on Instagram, you can literally just shoot me a message. If there's something that you have that you have been thinking about for a while and not taking some action on, right? I don't care what it is. But if you want a bit of accountability, sometimes what it does take is to tell somebody that you will do it. And then you check back in a week later and say, yep, I did it. Feel so much better for it as well. Sometimes if we do things for other people as well, right? We are more likely to do them if we say, yes, we will do it. If we say it to somebody else, it's one thing for me. If someone says I can't do something, I'll go to the ends of the earth to do that. It's all about knowing what motivates you as well. And yeah, if you got some value from today's episode, if you're just joining into today's episode and you haven't seen the whole episode, make sure you go back and watch the whole thing again. If you're watching the replay as well, or if you did get some value from today's episode, just type value into the comments. If you have something that that you must be doing or you should be doing more of, etc., if there is something like that, just shoot a message to either Instagram, Facebook at Real Jared Harmon, and let's hold each other accountable on these things too, because it's all about you and you going to a new level and becoming a freedom warrior, right? Becoming the freedom, getting the freedom that you want. And it all takes for us to do something differently, get rid of the bitch. Once the bitch is gone, the boss just basically steams forward. It's like a locomotive. The locomotive just friggin' kicks into gear. It gets faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. And, once it's up to speed, that locomotive, it doesn't stop. And every single one of you can get into that point. But it just takes a different level of thinking. When the bitch comes up, the boss has got to take over. And the boss is the one that will push you, shove you, throw you into the position where you will go to a whole new level. And that's what it's taken for us every time. Had to push every time. And it's been for everything in my whole entire life. I've had to push for it. So you guys have got to do the exact same. Push for it. If you really want it, that is. If you don't, that's okay. But if you really want it, you've got to push. Hey there, Harvey. Hey, Mick. Hope you're doing amazing. Hey, Mum. Hope you're doing amazing as well. So Harvey's got a bit of value today, which is great. We've got Mick across there on YouTube who has enjoyed it as well. And my mum there in Tassie is also here too. So, yeah. So if you guys got a bit of value from today, just type value into the comments. Let's take some actions. Let's go to a new level because I know you can do it. Anyway, guys, remember this one thing. If you do not fight for your own freedom, absolutely nobody else will. So every single day you must get out there. Every single day you must take action. Every single day you must make it happen. And remember to be the warrior. I will see you on Friday, 1 p.m. Perth time, 3 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. New Zealand. See you then. Cheers.